secrets. I just want to say in advance, don't mind my cat. She's fucking in heat. She's gonna be meowing like this crazily. Angel, chill out. But I figured, since I'm about to go to the gym in about, let me pull this up. It looks like about 10 minutes now. I figured, why not a perfect time to talk about the new model that I want to work on going into next week. I did draw up this trading plan from scratch maybe yesterday when I just had a little bit of free time, and I thought perfect time to put it in a video and talk about it because it shouldn't take me longer than 10 minutes. 10 minutes to maybe even 5 to talk about this. So first off, I did trade the Patrick and Blake model, which is called the mech model, and that's how I first got that Top Step funded account that I've been talking about a lot. Maybe I can get the screenshot of it off my computer or something when I did get the funded account. But yeah, so what I would do is I would check the 30-minute time frame to see which side market is trending towards. Are we in a bullish trend? Are we in a bearish trend? Just kind of identifying what trend we are in for the day. And then I want to check for recent sweeps. So, do we have sweeps on London lows? Do we have sweeps on London highs? Maybe do we have the sweep on London and Asia highs? Maybe we have a sweep on Asia and London lows. And then from there, once I identify what got swept overnight going into New York session, I want to check the 15-minute for market structure points or continuation points. Now, it could be swing highs or swing lows that get formed on the 15 to 30 minute. And basically what that means is after I see that sweep, I want to see what's the most recent swing high, what's the most recent swing low, which way is price trending towards, and what is a good point to declare market structure shift. So then I want to check for 5 on the 5-minute, the 15-minute, and the 30-minute to see which gaps are inside of the market. Now obviously when I say gaps, I'm talking about new week opening gaps, new month opening gaps, fair value gaps, any sort of gap that can be inversed or respected. And then I put this not too long ago, and I didn't really clarify it, but I put mark out highs or lows or recent price action. Now these are going to be my take profit points. Now basically what that means is that I want to mark out the high that wasn't taken out or the low that wasn't taken out, and then I want to see if market's going to continue trading towards that direction or just recent price action. So that means like if we're trending, if we swept out London high, we come down, there's a fair value gap going towards London lows, we take out that fair value gap. I want to execute on the 1 to 5 minute when that gap is taken out, or let's say that gap is respected. So we have a gap going towards London lows. Oh, we get the respect going back up towards London highs. Boom. And I guess another thing I could add also on this right here actually is check ES for SMTs on highs or lows. That is important as well because let's say NAS takes out London high but ES doesn't, then obviously we're going to be going in a downtrend from there, and I would look to take a short on NAS. I don't really trust ES too much, but I would look to take a short on NAS unless ES is obviously more volatile and going more down quicker and going towards those lows. Now, if none of this happens, we do not fucking trade. I am not going to stress this enough. We do not trade. And I even put reasons to not trade. So here we have market takes off without us and doesn't give us a good entry point. This happened to me last week. One of the main reasons I blew my account actually is because I literally saw market take off without us. No retraces. This is when I was trading supply and demand with orb. No retraces into orb. No retraces into a gap. Just straight fucking down. The second one is market is unpredictable and doesn't give us an entry point within an hour and a half time period. Basically what I mean by that is market is chopping. We don't see any good entry points off of any of our confluences. Second, Angel. What did we say? Chill out a little bit, okay? Calm down, mamas. But yeah, market is unpredictable. It's being too choppy. I'm not seeing any good execution points that we can get in, and it's from like 7:30 to 9 o'clock, and I'm just gonna be like, alright, I'm out. I'm not gonna take any trades. I'm gonna lock myself out of my accounts. Number three is we already took 1 to 2 trades, or we had a big losing or winning trade. Win anything, get the fuck off. We lose $100 or $200, get off. So obviously, I'm trying to limit myself to 1 to 2 trades. So if I take one losing trade, I have one more trade. If I take one winning trade, I don't even want to take the second trade, but I have one more trade. And then let's say like we win like $700, I'm off. Let's say we lose $100, I'm off. I'm not gonna sit there and fucking try to make all my profits back in one day. I made a video about that. It's not smart. Number four is news creates Drake candles that make markets way too violent to trade. Now, obviously, I'm not a news trader. I'm not one of those CPI kids who the fucking you're gonna set 50 points above, 50. No, it was like 30 points above, 30 points below, and then you're gonna set 50 points below and 50 points above, just in case CPI goes to both ways of boom. You pass this funded account. That shit is retarded, bro. Because at the end of the day, that is gambling. That is literally gambling. So I am not one of those traders. I'm sorry, but I do trade unemployment claims because it comes out at 6:30. I'll trade PPI because that comes out around 6:30 and usually not creating too many Drake candles in an hour. What's another one? I know there's another one. Jolts. I'll take Jolts any day of the week. But yeah, if it's like CPI, fucking Trump is talking or some shit, I'm not trading that. So when I trade, I am not trading with my emotions. Anger, sad, greed is a fucking serious one for me because I'm always looking to get more. That is serious. And I said even happiness because you need to be serious about your trading. You need to treat this like it's your fucking business. This is something that you are looking to do literally every single second of the day, and you are not supposed to be sitting here and fucking around with it. So, my second thing is not over leveraging. When I was trading on the Lucid account just now, or at least last week, I was putting like 4, 6, 8. I think the highest I got was 10 contracts trying to win the account back, and that's fucking nuts. That is nuts because I trade micros and minis. I'm not sitting there trading the NAS on a fucking funded account. That's crazy. You're probably not gonna get too much out of it. But obviously, when I get up there, I'm looking to trade the NAS. You know what I mean? So not over leveraging. 1 to 3 accounts. I mean 1 to 3 contracts was a proven beautiful amount, and I do have VODs to prove it because they were big wins. Don't get me wrong, but they were still controllable losses. They were still those $100, $200 losses that I can take and afford. Number three is not over trading. 1 to 2 trades is enough. We need to get up and get off, lose, get up and get off, because at the end of the day, over trading is what's fucking over my accounts big time. It's making my accounts just fucking sink into the ground like they're nothing, like I didn't just pay money for them, and I'm not trying to have that. So, number four, when a loss occurs, do not try to make your profits back. You lose $50, get off. You lose $100, get off. You lose $150, get off. Lose $200, get off. Tomorrow's another day to make those profits back plus more. Do not lose accounts trying to make shit back that you can make back tomorrow. Now, obviously, if I lose $50 in like one trade, okay, I have another trade. I'm probably gonna still trade. I'm probably gonna take another trade. If I lose $100 in one trade, if I lose $150 in one trade, if I lose $200 in one trade, I am off. I'm not gonna sit there and lose $400, $600, $800 just because I wanted to make a lousy ass $100 back. No, I'm fine with it. I'll take my loss and get off for the day. Number five, managing risk reward properly. I have sat there and wanted way too much for my risk to reward ratio, and I realized that, and I realized it's fucking me over big time. So I want to make it to where I have a 1 to 3 risk reward, because that's perfect. We don't need to sit there and get too much. We don't need to sit there and really get anything else. We just do not need to be greedy. We need to take good, profitable, probable, high fucking IQ educated trades and get off. Even if we lose one of those trades, get off. It doesn't matter. We just need to stand up, get the fuck off. Now, the biggest part that I feel like is a part of this whole thing is right here. Excuse me. How can I record data slash trades? Well, one, I can continue to record on OBS as it helps prove more and prove what works better for me. Obviously, I proved that the PB Blake model, the MEC model, was really good for me because I was trading orb and supply and demand. Which, don't get me wrong, supply and demand, I'm trying to get a little bit of implement on it because I feel like that was a beautiful strategy and it works perfectly. But I am not trying to sit there and trade orb because that does not work as much for me. But supply and demand technically felt like order blocks for me, so I will try to implement that into my strategy, but I'm not going to sit there and force it in there. Number two, journal, 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 fucking journal. I do not know how many times I've sat here at this computer and haven't even journaled my pre-market fucking data. I think the last time I journaled on my trading journal, as you can see up top right here, was like the 24th of February, which isn't crazy, don't get me wrong, but it would have helped a lot just typing that shit out like, hey, I lost for the day, maybe it's time to get off, or hey, you took a good win today, get off, you can make more tomorrow, or you can make back what you lost tomorrow. Because even trading my, like, saying my emotions like, oh, I feel like I'm gonna get too greedy, maybe I should just get up and get off. Oh, I'm feeling really sad today, so maybe I shouldn't even trade for the day, I don't want my emotions to play. I woke up feeling beautiful. I'm ready to get this shit. Let's trade, you know? Number three, note take after market, even before markets. I already do this a lot. I have a whole notebook on my phone, the notes app, and it's just full of fucking trades. It's full of what I've done, when I blew the accounts, when I passed the accounts, when I fucking everything. You know what I mean? And it's just me telling myself like, hey, there's shit. Damn, voice crack. Like, hey, there's shit you shouldn't be doing. There's shit you should be doing. Let's lock the fuck in for this month of March and keep going and continue to lock in. And then I want to see what the market is doing and explain what you're looking to happen for both a bullish and bearish bias. I'm not going to sit there and just build a one-sided bias because at the end of the day, market has two sides, bearish and bullish. If market is going bullish, obviously I want to sit there and have a bullish bias, but I want to say, hey, if this happens going to bearish side, then I'm not going to sit there and marry a bullish bias. I'm going to switch my bias. So, with that being said, obviously I can add like a lot more to this, but I love this concept because it simplifies the fuck out of trading. Like, there's not a million things to do. Oh, if I see the orb go up and it takes out my top of the opening range breakout, then I'm going to wait for a retrace, and maybe if it doesn't help with the retrace, I get a demand zone, and then demand zone kick. Motherfucker, you might as well trade supply and demand. I hate to admit it. The only thing I didn't like about orb is that it felt more like trading. It felt more like I was trading supply and demand than it did orb. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't like it. I felt like it didn't work, but I will steal what I learned from supply and demand because that shit was beautiful. Supply and demand worked really well for me. And then again, like I said, it just felt like order blocks kind of more complicated and taking trades off order blocks. But I am going to take what I can get, and I'm not going to sit there and overcomplicate my trading at all. If if this mech model worked for me more, I'm going to trade this. Supply and demand work, don't get me wrong. But this mech model passed an account for me. It did a lot of good for me. And it made it to where I couldn't get greedy. I literally couldn't. Like, I had to take what I can get and get off. And that's what supply and demand felt like, just being a lot more patient. So I guess the one thing I'm going to work on, and I'm actually going to write this down, is one goal I have for this week and to work on in continuing, oh, I spelled that wrong, continuing weeks is I will take 1 to 2 trades only. Lock myself out of my accounts and not look at charts at work during the day until I have to set my bias for the next day. And that is going to be my goal. I'm going to go to the gym. I've been doing really well at the gym. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, because at the end of the day, this is just going to be a bunch of work. I'm going to start dropping a bunch of trading recaps. I'm going to start dropping a bunch of fucking back testing sessions. I'm basically just going to put in a lot of work for you guys. So let's get this shit. Hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day whenever you see this. God bless you. Peace out. Sorry about my cat.